Because of what it can teach and teach young boys, what the opportunities that for learning and for leadership training, I felt that supporting the scouting movement was extremely important. My name is Tom Austin. I was a scout in Troop B5 for 6 years and got my Eagle Scout in 1941. My first year as a Boy Scout at a Boy Scout camp was in 1939, and I did go to the camp that we went to was called Camp Brady, and I learned a lot and had a good time. I went there for 4 weeks each summer for 3 years. It was certainly one of the favorite things that I did when I was growing up. When I graduated from high school, I had been very active with the Scouts up until my graduation. But when I graduated from high school, the war was in full swing at that time, and so I went directly into the Navy for 2 years. The closest I got to the ocean was about 600 miles, and the closest I got to water was a canoe trip. So it was not a typical naval experience. And when I came out, I finished my education and became an assistant scoutmaster for 1 year, and then a scoutmaster for the next 8 years. I also devoted a considerable amount of time to the profession, the CPA profession, the work that I did and the opportunities that I had. I think scouting gave me a lot of confidence that I would be able to accomplish almost anything that I set out to do. There were 13,000 scouts at the Jamboree, of which about 3,000 or so were girls. And that was something new, of course. However, we went by a troop which was all girls, and there was a girl there who had gotten her Eagle 2 years ago in 2021. And they figured out that she got her Eagle 80 years after I got mine, so I had to get out of the vehicle I was in. We stood together and they took a picture. Here we were, two people who got their Eagle 80 years apart, and that was kind of fun. Because I got my Eagle in 1941, the man who was driving, he asked me if I was a member of NESA. Well, I didn't know what NESA was, so I said, "What's NESA?" And he said, "Well, it's the National Eagle Scout Association." So I had to admit that I was not a member, and I didn't know what it was. So he said, "Well, you ought to be." So he took me to the tent where NESA had its display. So they signed me up, and then they told me within a minute after that, they said, "Well, you're the oldest member of NESA." Oh, what I had to tell them was, well, I couldn't be the oldest member, I just joined. And they said, "Well, you're the oldest and the newest member of NESA." So that was fun to hear that. The scouting experience adds not only the chance for the learning and the advancement, but also the opportunity for leadership development, which is not quite so strong in the other activities that they have. So my hope is that scouting will grow and that they will be able to work out with other leaders in the community a way to do more scouting and more summer activity.